cannot, from my perspective, we cannot cut down on sports itself. I think it's a disservice to the hall because we should strive to do the best in whatever we do. But I think it's not about cutting down the emphasis on sports. I think it's more about pushing the cultural sides and comm sides up to get the same amount of publicity that they deserve. And I think one of the greatest issues that's plaguing it is the level of engagement. I don't doubt that there's like publicity being pumped up about events going on, but I think it's how we've engaged like the residents to come down and participate in these events. Because I think you talk about IHG, right? Even if you don't train, you're not an athlete, but you're engaged in it in a way that how the whole comes together. So similarly for CMC events, for band events, from a JCRC perspective, I think we have to help these people to give them more publicity so that the hard work don't go unnoticed. And like what Arun said, I think this kind of cultural mindsets, it takes time to shift, it takes time to change. The paradigm shift is changing from the previous JCRCs and so on and so forth. And I think it's up to us to continue shifting the mindset so that we don't only excel in a certain area, but in different areas as well.
Thank you, Raymond. Next we have Amor.
Okay, hi. Okay, so like the whole idea we have is like image lah. So, okay, so I feel like the image that people have of Yusof, right, is sports hall and the fact that we're very competitive. And the thing is, I don't see the competitive thing as a bad thing. So actually like, just now right, during the break, like people got ask me lah, cause like people are very concerned about the publicity side, and I feel like publicity plays a big role in making the image. Okay, so I wrote down stuff lah. Okay, so internally, right, the way to change this image is we start from how we even promote our cultural CCAs within. So a lot of times, like the auditions we have, right, like for example, like I didn't really know that like Yusof dance was a thing, like even though because it's really small, like so it felt like only if you knew people you can like really step up and try, so like it's more like promoting it from inside. And okay, wait, give me a sec. So if we make the perception of it big from within, it will be considered something valuable to the people, and the people being Yusofians. And like the way we promote hall, like promote these people on Instagram, right? Like we have the Yusof Hall thing. I feel like we can put more priority on it. So I think that starts with like working together with the media director also and Yusof Works, because like they actually made the effort to try and like promote cultural events and stuff, but it's not made the priority lah, I feel. Okay. Anyway, we also have this problem of like having too little tickets versus too many tickets. So I give you an example. DU, right, we had too little tickets. So everybody's just like, oh, okay, if I got no friends, there's no point trying to support because I don't have the tickets for it. So, okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, so I was talking to a senior from Cheers. So basically what they have is this secret showcase. So what happens is, the weekend before, they all come together and support their own friends to really support them in what they really love to do, which is dancing. And in Cheers, right, everybody knows that it's almost every freshie's dream to just be in dance, And what I propose for that, right, is like, so the secret showcase, right, we make it like half the price of the actual DU thing, and people will confirm support. Like, I really like during my DU period, right, everybody kept asking like how do we buy tickets, but like my only like answer is I only have 2 tickets, you know what I mean? So for Amplitude, right, we had too many tickets but too little support. It's really damn sad lah. Like when me, Roy, and like my Aka people went on stage, right, literally like I was just like, oh my, like quite sian now. But then like it's like I felt like that could have been solved not just like by publicizing on like your Telegram channel, but also on like Instagram and putting posters up around Yusof. Because it's a community hall. You all walk around, you confirm will see stuff on it. Okay, and then I think for DP, right, we just need to keep pushing for that. For the purpose of why we even have DP in the first place. Like DP is just not a chance to showcase what we like to do. It's also like a drive for us to really learn more about ourselves, and that's basically every performing arts in general. So it's more like pushing for what we really believe in, really having values, right? Like, example, the competitive stuff as the root for why we even do culture also, not just sports. Yeah, okay, then externally, right? How people view Yusof. Okay, so, okay, I'll give an example, like, okay, I'm doing pubs, like I'm a pubs head for Union Camp, right? So like, the only thing that, like the main thing that I really feel that really reaches out to people is really like blasting up, like really relying on other people, really relying on other clubs and other NUS clubs that already have the platform that we need. And actually like, we need to realize that like, they actually have the platform that we can use. So, example, like some of these camps, right, they actually need people to perform. But the thing is like, they don't know that we exist. Yeah. And a lot of times like, we need money for this also, like for the blast. And that's where all the money that we get from like those secret showcases like can come out. Yeah. And basically just showing face up.
Okay, thank you, Amo. Can we have the next question? Preferably to Amos, Brina. And Sandra as well as Shensin. You go with Gwen first.
Gwen!
Hello, Gwen from D Block this year 2. So unfortunately it's for the SADs. Just want to ask about what they all think exactly are the roles and responsibilities of a blockhead and the blockcom.
They need time to think about it, so can we move on with the next question first? We'll get back to your question soon. Okay.
This question is directed to my successor, Chen Xi. Possible successor.
So your question is?
So for now, actually we have seen like a bit of an overlapping with the functionality of user works, as well as some publicity and marketing team of different committees. How do you think we should resolve this kind of relation?
Hello. Okay. Actually, being from both user works and a lot of publicity teams, I noticed this as well. What I feel can be done is that user works can work closer with publicity teams in the sense that they impart skills to our pub teams members. Because our members sometimes lack the skills that we require to produce good work, and we just continue on like this, producing work that can be better. So I feel like user works can come in this sense that they are the teachers to our pub teams and they lead them to producing better content.
Thank you. So we get back to Gwen's question. So what's the job scope of the blockhead and the blockcom? So Ian or Ivy, whoever is ready, you can just start. Okay, can we have the next question? Oh yeah, Willu, sorry, Willu said.
Okay, this is directed at Sports D and PAD. Okay, let's say if next year, right, the freshie join DP and they are in a sport. Okay, then let's say if the timing clash, right, then what should they prioritize?
Isn't it obvious you must take sports and then you must say performing arts? So can you be like what kind of scenario?
Well, let's say like he plays a sport then like, but then he really want to try out dance or something like that. Then like the timing clash. Then
like training, clash with training.
Yeah, clash with training.
Okay, thank you.
You're talking about yourself. Okay, I think firstly, right, I think we'll try to stagger the timings, even though I know that we still overlaps. But we'll try to stagger the timings, and the best possible solution is to avoid clashes, let's say you talk about DP, maybe he don't get into this particular chorus dance, etc., etc. But I think we can't force the person to choose. Because if you force the person to choose, let's say from my perspective, you force him to go for sports, then we are just self-fulfilling prophecies. If you are trying to choose sports, then obviously we are living up to our own label as being sports hall. So I think ultimately it's really dependent on the individual. I think for the goal that we try to achieve, right, to be a hall that is versatile in different areas, right, I think it's also up to the individual's passion. Because I always believe that if the guy is more passionate in doing dance like you instead of sports, then I say I'd rather he pursue his own passion. You know what I mean? Because it's not like a prison here. It's more of like you stepping out of comfort zone, you doing what you love, you cherishing and treasuring the moment, so that it makes your whole experience meaningful. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Raymond.
Okay, for me, like, cause okay, I can't relate in terms of sports, but I can relate in terms of like the different cultural groups I was in. So basically, like before I make a decision, like I can't say I'm the best person to say this because sometimes like I failed before. But for me, it's like ask yourself like what do you prioritize at the beginning, and when you join DP, right, for example, you tell your choreo like this is what I prioritize, and if your choreo doesn't want you, then so be it, because like you live your own decisions, you live your own consequences. So like. And I feel like the main debate about like whether you go for your sport or for your for DP, right? A lot of it like people only really like a lot of people. Oh my god, what am I saying? Sometimes like people are very focused on the points, so like they feel, example like if they miss DP, right, like half of the break, like they are gonna get like their points are gonna be gone. Like even sometimes like I also kena that. Then I realized like it's really my life decision, you know. So like if I make a decision, I really have to live by it, and I have to like follow with my follow with what I make. And okay, ultimately in terms of like the hits, like I think what's very important is compromise, and like there needs to be proper communication between like the sports captains and like the DP choreos and the DP main com, because like sometimes people will confirm feel very bad, like they don't come and stuff. But it really depends on the stance that like both heads really like believe in. Because some DP choreos will be open to it, some won't be. So that's the nature of life. So you just really have to make proper decisions in your life. Yeah. I know I sound really bad, but I'm sorry.
Thank you, Amor. So now we will move back to our SADs.
Thanks, Gwen, for the question. Okay. So I feel that actually all these years, there isn't a specific guideline as to what exactly your block head or block com should do. I feel that a lot of things is up to what the block head and the block com decides and what they envision their block to be like. So in that sense that, for instance, different block heads have different kinds of what kind of block heads they would like to be. For instance, someone would be a very personal block head, someone would just do the bare minimum and provide like help in all those admin matters. So I think it's in that sense not settled yet, and it is dependent a lot on how the block head would envision the block to be like. And then as well for block com, I feel that in that sense that and basic things are like basically block bonding, we do block supper, these like basic things as to what a block does. And also block com is just there to assist the block head. So in that sense that if the residents or the block residents of the block have needs that they feel like shy to address to the block head, so maybe they can this is where like the block heads come in, and then they select people for the block com where it's representative of all the blocks. So in a sense, like a certain resident like who's very like shy and introverted, who is not there to like share his or her concerns with the block head, maybe can like convey it to this certain member of your block com who like is friends with this like shy person. So in a sense, it's a lot about how you envision your block to be like, and the role isn't definitive. So it will come a lot when like the SAD like starts and work with the block and block com, and how the block head decides to choose the block com members during how and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, right, what Yan also said that different block heads do have different style of leading their blocks. But I do feel like, especially with blockhead, the elections coming up, I do feel like whoever is running for it, you definitely want to provide like the best for your block, etc. And like to really give your residents like the best hall experience they could lah. So what I felt like a blockhead is to really create the identity for the block as well. And of course they are in charge of admin matters. And what I really feel is like they are the bridge between the JCRC members and the residents. So like maybe the residents don't really know maybe a certain maybe who is the JCRC member for a certain area. So they will tell the blockhead, and then the blockhead will relay on to the SAD. Also, I think, especially because the blockhead is a senior, so I think it's a very important bridge between the seniors and juniors. Like I think Yang Shen just now also got mentioned, there was a gap between the senior and freshie dividend. So I think a blockhead is very important in like gelling that role as well. So okay, personally, right, because I'm from B block, I think my blockhead really did a very good job in like trying to gel all the freshies and the seniors together. Because like sometimes when we go for events, then like the freshies will always join the seniors, or like the other way around also. And like I think my blockhead also did a very good job in like, for example, the exchange students. She also tries her best to like introduce the exchange students and the new students to us as well, to help them like integrate into the block. So what about the block com? So the block com will be the bridge between like the normal residents and the blockhead as well. So the block com is also like, I feel like they will come out with like different bonding events like block supper, etc. So like for example, personally I also feel like my block com did a very good job. Like for cultural night, they really did their best. They sleep very late to come out, and they find videos just to put up the best performance for Yusuf also. So yeah, and I also like they have within the block com there are also like different duties. So there's like level ICs as well. So I feel like level ICs are the one that really also help to gel the floor as well, and like also to notify the blockhead if there's any problems within the floor as well. And